Hey everybody, it's Kira with Books to Glam Kira here with a new video. Please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button below, and if you enjoyed today's content, feel free and give me a like. Today I wanted to cover some of my anticipated new releases that are coming out in the months of April, May, and June. For the sake of this video, I only selected 3 for each month. So the first one, let's jump right in, actually already came out on April 1st, and that's Abby Jimenez's new book, Say You'll Remember Me. A little bit about the synopsis here. There might be no such thing as a perfect guy, but Xavier Rush comes disastrously close. A gorgeous veterinarian giving Greek god vibes, all while cuddling a tiny kitten? Immediately, yes, this is until Xavier opens his mouth and proves that even sculpted gods can say the absolute wrong thing, like really wrong. Of course, there's nothing Samantha loves more than proving a beep wrong. I love Abby Jimenez. I've read all of her books, and I feel like she can do no wrong. So this was an auto-buy author for me, and I will be reading it here very shortly. Hopping into the next one that comes out in April 22nd is Emily Henry's new release, Great Big Beautiful Life. Alice Scott is an eternal optimist, still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy little Crescent Island for the same reason, to write the biography of a woman no one has seen in years, or at least to meet with the octogenarian who claims to be the Margaret Ives. Tragic heiress, former tabloid princess, and daughter of one of the most storied and scandalous families of the 20th century. Gosh, sorry. This sounds to me like, Beach Reads by Emily Henry and then Book Lovers, just because you've got 2 writers that are kind of duking it out. And ironically, those 2 are my favorite Emily Henry books. So I kind of have high hopes for this, and I'm looking forward to reading it. The last one I have for April is coming out April 29th, and that's the new Sarah Penner book. She is the author of The Lost Apothecary, and she had another one that came out more recently, and the name is escaping me right now. But this new release is called The Amalfi Curse. Haven Ambrose, a trailblazing nautical archaeologist, has come to the sun-soaked village of Positano to investigate the mysterious shipwrecks along the Amalfi coast. But Haven is hoping to find more than old artifacts beneath the azure waters. She is secretly on a quest to locate a trove of priceless gemstones her late father spotted on his final dive. Upon Haven's arrival, strange maelstroms and misfortunes start plaguing the town. Is it nature or something more sinister at work? So it sounds intriguing. I'm not usually one for like ships and kind of that sort of, it's not really a pirate vibe, but it's a hit and miss for me. But I still want to give her a chance. I also adore the cover. If you haven't seen it, it's right here. But I love the colors. I love the combination of kind of the turquoisey with the gold. So all right, well, let's then transition into May. The first one I have is coming out May 6th by our friend Fredrik Backman, who has a variety of other books. This one is called My Friends. Most people don't even notice them. 3 tiny figures sitting at the end of a long pier in the corner of one of the most famous paintings in the world. Most people think it's just a depiction of the sea, but Louisa, an artist herself, knows otherwise, and she is determined to find out the story of these 3 enigmatic figures. Again, there's a lot more to this synopsis, but just trying to give you a little blurb there. Again, Fredrik Backman, he's got a lot of books. I think my favorite was probably Anxious People, but if you've read anything by Fredrik Backman, you know his kind of unique writing style, so I wouldn't think anything different from My Friends. So go check it out May 6th. The next one comes out May 20th, and that is Catherine Senner, her new book called Love Haters. This is another cover that I adore. I just really love the colors going on here. Katie Vaughn has been burned by love in the past. Now she may be lighting her career on fire. She has 2 choices: wait to get laid off from her job as a video producer at her coworker Cole's request, take a career-making gig profiling Tom Hutchinson, a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in Key West. The catch? Katie's not exactly qualified. She can't swim, but fakes it that she can. Plus, Cole is Hutch's brother, and they don't get along. Next stop, Paradise. But Paradise is messier than it seems. So again, sounds like an enemies to lovers situation, dueling out writers. Again, seems like my vibe, so I'm excited to read it. And then the last one I have listed for May comes out May 27th, and that is Annabelle Monaghan's new one. It's a love story. She is pretty consistent with her love story rom-coms, come out every summer. I think this is the 4th one. I typically read them on my vacations. So this one says, rules for a love story. There are none. It's all a lie. Jane Jackson knows that true love is a lie. Laughter is the only truth. You can't fake a belly laugh. Jane should know she spent her adolescence as poor Janie Jakes. The barbecue sauce in her braces, punchline on America's 50 favorite sitcom. Now she's creative executive at Clearwater Studio, and she's living by a new mantra: fake it till you make it. And haven't we all? Anyway, so those are the ones I have for May. And like I said, I've got 3 for June. The first one comes out June 3rd, and that's by Julie Clark. She's had a couple books. I think the first one was The Last Flight, or Her Last Flight. I really enjoyed that one. And then the second one, the name's escaping me, but I gave that one 4 stars. So she's pretty consistent for me as a writer. This new one is called Ghostwriter. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of legendary horror author Vincent Taylor, famous not only for his novels, but for being the prime suspect in the brutal slaying of his siblings. On the brink of financial ruin, Olivia reluctantly agrees to ghostwrite her father's last book, not realizing she will be forced to reckon with the ghosts that live at the center of her family. That one sounds kind of spooky and a little scary, but I'm ready for it. The next one, of course, we've got to bring up Riley Sager. His latest comes out June 10th, and it's called With a Vengeance. Kind of gives some Murder on the Oriental Express vibes. In 1942, 6 people destroyed Anna Matheson's family. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. Under false pretenses, Anna has lured those responsible for her family's downfall onto a luxury train from Philadelphia to Chicago, an overnight journey for 14 hours. Her goal? Confront the people who've wronged her, get them to confess their crimes, and deliver them into the hands of authorities waiting at the end of the line. Justice will at last be served. Ooh, dum-dum. And last but not least is the new one by Nikki Erlich, who is the author of The Measure. This one comes out June 17th, and it's called The Poppy Fields. What if there were a cure for the brokenhearted? Welcome to the Poppy Fields, where there's hope for even the most battered hearts to heal. Here in a remote stretch of the California desert lies an experimental and controversial treatment center that allows those suffering from the heartache of loss to sleep through their pain and keep on sleeping. After patients awaken from the prolonged state of slumber, they will finally be healed, but only if they're willing to accept the potential shadowy side effects. This sounds really interesting, and if you haven't read The Measure, go get that book right now. That was such a unique concept to me, and this sounds unique as well. So I'm becoming a Nikki Erlich fan. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Again, I just picked 3 for each month. Please drop in the comments if you've got any of these at the top of your list this spring into summer, any that I may have missed, and we will chat soon. Thanks, everyone.